Hello everyone, Sick and Tired here, and today I have more viewer submissions to read. If you are enjoying my content, I would please ask that you like and subscribe and turn on notifications. That way you never miss your weekly support group. Hi Sam, I've been watching your videos for a while now and absolutely love them and your vibes. I also apologize for any errors since English isn't my first language. Here's my story. I could never tell anyone the full truth and always felt so alone. Probably send a few people to jail, which I don't want, but I thought if I shared it here, it could be okay. As far as I remember, my parents did a lot of drugs and drank constantly. They separated when I was 5 because my dad was physically addicted to gambling and really paranoid. Blamed my mom for everything, thought people were watching him and stuff. He disappeared for a year, then threatened to kill us and yada yada. This story ain't about him though. It started when I was 12. Mom found her now ex, thank God, and he moved in with us. The start was almost dreamy as he promised this and that, treated me like his own, and was so kind to her. But then, after a few months, he started to show his true colors. He was manipulative as hell, both verbally and physically, and just pure evil. He'd make stuff up to send my mom against me, degraded me constantly, beat her in secret, then made her friends believe she's crazy and lied about it. There was no escape. Then she got pregnant, and surprise, it all got worse. It was on a sunny day. I was playing in my room and everything was fine. Then I heard my mom running down the stairs and behind her, the rat. I was shaking already because I knew what was coming. Frozen, I listened until I heard a thud. She was crying and screaming at him to leave her alone. When I tell you I ran, I started beating him, hitting his head and back, yelling at him to stop, that I'll call the cops, but he kept going. Then he grabbed me and threw me on the ground. I can hear my then maybe 2-year-old brother's cries to this day. It was crazy, but what's crazier is that the rat never got punished. Police never helped, even with clear evidence. Another story was when Mom decided to finally end things with him. Surprise, it didn't last, and threw him out along with his 2 bags of smelly stuff. They were still arguing through the window, and he got so mad. The audacity of hers to throw him out of a house that never belonged to him, right? I just stood there when suddenly he broke the window. Mind you, we were broke and it was freezing outside. Maybe it didn't occur to him that we won't be able to fix it fast. I don't think he cares. And that he had his toddler son right there. Yeah. He definitely doesn't care. He just laughed in my face. It never helped, even if my mom kicked him out. There was a period of time when we had to put locks on everything, and even then, he'd walk around our house and stalk us all day and night. He was like,
"You think I won't jump the fence?"
I should have jumped him when I had the chance, is all I'm saying. Well, it sounds like you did, but what can you really do? You guys called the cops. You tried to do what was right, but they're not doing anything. What do you do when you're in such a bad situation like that? Sometimes I feel like I was raised as a weapon. My mom used to call me her pit bull and would brag about how I always protect her. I was 12. Just a little terrified girl who never knew better. Every day I was walking on eggshells trying to survive and not to trigger anything. But I don't blame her. I love her with all my heart, and I'm so proud of her because she got her life together. She's sober now with a decent man who treats my little brother like his own. But that's how he really is. Been for 6 years and counting. I just feel like my life lost purpose. I don't need to be a dog anymore, so what can I do? I don't know anything else. I have somehow graduated high school, found a job, rented a place. I have a girlfriend, a cat, and a dog. But everything feels wrong. I don't need to have my guard up anymore, but as soon as I close my eyes, I'm back at the old house, you know what I mean? I go to therapy, but it doesn't really help. I'm also a little stupid since I drink a lot on my meds, but I can't cope otherwise. But I believe it'll get better one day. There's still time after all. You are not stupid, okay? We all struggle in different areas. If you feel like the therapy's not helping, if you're able to maybe try to find a new therapist, because it really could be the therapist. You do have to find somebody that fits you right. I think I went through 2 therapists before I finally settled with the one that I have now, and I'm doing a lot better than I was. It's not good to be drinking, especially with your meds, but again, like I said, we're all human. We all do things that we shouldn't do. But I feel like you should let your therapist know that you are doing that and they can help you. If she judges you or he or whoever, if they judge you, that's not good. You need to find a new therapist. They should be wanting to help you. You're not dumb. And as far as not knowing what to do, I don't know how old you are, but I don't think it matters to be perfectly honest. You can do anything. I've always said anything you want to do with your life, you can do it. But I understand because I've been in this place where it feels like you're lost and you need direction. So I understand. It's so easy for people on the outside to tell you that you need to fix yourself and move on, but it just doesn't work that way. You have to do things at your own pace. Sorry for the essay and thank you for hearing me out. It really helped just writing this all out. Well, I'm glad about that. Yeah, writing things out really does help. I've had to do it personally myself and it did help. I thought,
this is so cheesy, it's not going to work.
But afterward I was like, that actually felt really good. Hey ya, hun. Hey ya. I found your YouTube account a while back and watching it just helps me with my own story. And honestly, after watching some episodes today, I just needed to rant about my crazy ass mother. It's one of those where she has her good and bad, but honestly, her bad outweighs the good in my eyes. I do need to warn this does include child sexual assault. I will not go into detail, don't worry. So I'm soon to be 21 female. My mother has already, for the 21st time in a row, ruined your birthday 21 times in a row? Well, I caught wind early on, so I'll actually have a somewhat good one this year. I won't let her determine the day again, but that's not the main story of this. I was raised by an overworked father who does love us, but is distant, and a narcissistic mother who just never let her kids out of view because that's what stay-at-home mothers do. Well, what she thought at least. You get good after a while. When I was 13, I came out about being assaulted by my father's sperm donor around the age of 7. Your father's sperm donor? Like literally, or do you mean metaphorically, like because he was never around? My mother took it hard and she came out to me in her hysterical crying. I don't blame her, but that's not what I needed at the time. That she became addicted to many to keep an eye on me 24/7, to keep me safe, and that she just couldn't believe she still failed me. It hurt me so much knowing this. It was not what I needed to hear because instead of caring for my own mental health, I pushed it deep and took care of my mother and family instead. I lived with knowing this lie until I turned 18. A present from an auntie of mine was the truth. No, I have not talked to my mother about this, but I can't ignore the fact that it was told to me by an adult who was also present in this situation at the time. My mother is known for lying to get her way in situations, to not get in trouble or blamed in any way. It's my dad's fault for her fuck-ups every damn time. This auntie told me that when I was 7, my parents were homeless. We were not going from grandma's to all of my aunties for fun. We were homeless and my mother refused to do anything about it until a certain family member offered his home while he was still in prison. Oh, or maybe his son, my father's older brother. Lived there without much rent. Only thing was that we needed to get out by the time he got out of prison. My mother took the offer quickly. My father's input was never considered. Me and my siblings were raised that dad's words really didn't mean much, and the last say was my mother's. Well, we moved in. My mother still refusing to work because who will raise the kids? She slept 20 hours a day. Oh my God. I was 7. My baby brother maybe 2, and my older half brother. I don't call him that, but you need to know. Lived with us on his court-appointed time. He was protective of us and he never let any of the bad people around me or my little brother. We only lived there a single school year before my father's father was released. Still unable to afford rent anywhere, my parents asked if they could rent out the back room with my dad's brother. He let us out of the kindness of his heart. He had just been released from his second time being sentenced for child. Oh my gosh. You are surrounded by adults that just continue to fail you. My parents often took trips with just the two of them, leave us under the care of my uncle, a drunk and drug addict as well at the time. He slept most of the time. You can imagine what happened to me when that would happen. I can only remember 1 or 2 times, but it was proven by therapists that there was most definitely many more times. My brain just couldn't handle them and Control-Alt-deleted them from my memory as soon as it ended. I used to always think that that was just something that people said, like a lie that people said to make it sound like what they went through was just so crazy that they forgot about it. Not even realizing that I was already going through that. And as I got older, realized, oh my God, wait, I just remembered this. Oh wait, I remembered this. Oh, I remembered this horrible thing. Like it just kept going and going and going. So when you have traumatic stuff happen, your brain absolutely does try to make you forget those memories, I'm assuming to protect your sanity. My aunt told me that my mother took this route for a reason. It was because all their other options included one rule, not rent, just one rule, no drugs. They chose to place me on a silver platter because drugs were better. I lost family members who didn't believe me when I came out, one even being one of his other victims. She claims that I came up with this for money. I never got a dime unless I went on the stand and couldn't, but she got paid to try to shut me up. What is happening? After this being told to me and going through life, I've put together that my uncle most definitely knew. He has not talked to me since I came out at 13 about what his father did. He has taken all the failed bribes to my father. I can't be around older men because of that man, but honestly because of my mother. Yes, I know my father had some blame as well, and I do acknowledge it, but I honestly don't care. He didn't do nearly as much as my mother to me as a kid. For God's sake, my mother thought he was cheating, so she kidnapped me and my baby brother right after my 14th birthday and hid us thousands of miles away in a place that I never wanted to go. She also decided at 40 to have a makeup baby. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine having another baby right now. Holy crap. With my father and had my baby sister. Left her with me during quarantine at age 17. I raised that baby since she was 2 weeks old to 2 years old. I see her as my own. She now calls my brother, now 15, a failure for being and just being super stressed about life because she makes it that way for her kids. And I just get to sit here and watch because there's no way in hell she'll let me take those kids from her. I apologize for the gut spill, but I just needed to get this off my chest. And I thank you for doing this for your subscribers. I respect your work and I hope that one day maybe your mother will get help or something. Hey man, round padded rooms exist. That's what I want to do with mine. Again, thank you for your time, and I wish you and your family a wonderful night in life. Oh, well, thank you so much. And that's what I'm here for. I'm not always going to have an answer. I know when to let you guys know, like, oh, okay, well, you need to get the police involved, or well, you need to do, XYZ for your mental health. But there are some times when all you can really do is just talk to somebody about what's going on. You might not even be wanting advice. You just want to be able to share and have people listen, and that's what we're here for. Hey girl, you said you like long stories, so buckle up. Oh boy. My story happened this last summer, 2024. Here's some backstory to give more context. My hubby and I have been together for 11 years and married for 10 years. He reunited with his mom a few months before our wedding after not speaking to her for about 10 years. He stopped talking to her at around the age of 15. She was a horrible mom and often abandoned my husband and his little brother. She would go to the bar to drink and play bingo when his dad was working night shift, even when she couldn't find a sitter. My husband was found walking around their northern mining town. We are in Canada in the middle of the night. I believe he was under 5. Oh my God. How did she not lose custody? Holy crap, that is insane. Another time she was gone and he tried to feed his brother. He couldn't work the can opener, so he decided to use a knife to stab it open like he saw in a military movie. He stabbed his hand. Oh my God. His parents divorced when he was around 10. She didn't want the boys and left. They saw her once a year. At one visit, she was dating a guy and they took the boys to a hotel. They got drunk and started fighting. Cops were called and the boys were brought to a safe house while they waited for their dad to come get them. It was found out that the boyfriend was a registered sex offender, and it's my understanding that she knew about it. Fantastic. Fast forward to 2014, and we are planning our wedding. Have you heard from her family that she was sober, had a house, and was doing well? I, unfortunately, talked him into reconnecting with her. Girl! Oh my gosh! Oh no. I feel so bad for you because I know this is going to go bad and I know you're going to regret it. Hindsight's always 20/20. She flew out for the wedding. We are central and she lives on the East Coast. I could instantly tell something was off, but I didn't think too much about it as we were busy with the last minute wedding things. She was only out a few days and then flew home. There were 2 or 3 more trips out and we went out there summer of 2023 with our 2 girls. Again, I always found something was off, but trips were generally uneventful. I never really chatted with her outside of her visits, and even then it was just small talk. She never asked to talk to the girls. She would leave a Facebook voice message saying happy birthday or Merry Christmas, and that's about it. The girls never call her grandma, they call her dad's mom. May 2024, we sold our house and bought our dream home. I'm so happy for you. Hopefully someday I'll get to buy mine too. Work had been going well for my hubby, and I had been able to quit work to stay home with the girls the last couple of years. We had been going to marriage counseling, and we were in such a good place. Well, she wanted to come and see our new place, but she couldn't afford the flights, so we agreed to pay for her to come for 1 week in August. This trip was a nightmare. Oh no. Immediately upon pulling up the driveway, she starts on about how the divorce with his dad was his dad's fault and was pretty sure that he was cheating on her. Hubby tried so hard to stay calm, Monday to Thursday was mostly uneventful, with little things here and there that I just pushed aside. Friday evening, we are 5 minutes from home when out of nowhere she says to me, while sitting in the back seat of the truck between our girls,
Amanda, I don't think that you are a good mom. You are too soft, and you will turn them into p***s.
I'm sorry, what? This is what a grown woman is saying about two little girls? That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in like 2 days since I last read your guys' stories. That is vile. That's really vile. I was shocked. Yeah, I would have been stunned. Hubby and I looked at each other completely dumbfounded. I politely told her that I am a damn good mom and have a great relationship with my girls, and we are really close, and they are able to come to me for anything. Once we got home, I put the girls to bed and watched TV in our room alone, leaving hubby to entertain his mom on his own for the rest of the evening. Thankfully, he came to bed very soon after. The next day, we had some outings planned. She immediately started asking us if our bills were all paid and started in on how much we spend on groceries monthly. We assured her that our bills were fine and we were honest on our grocery costs. She immediately started to attack me that I am being wasteful and using my hubby for his money. She then went on that hubby should come to visit her alone, just him, and the girls and I could stay home. She tried to twist it that I deserved time off, but I could see right through her bullshit. I told her that I don't need time away from my girls and I love having them home with me. Oh, I thought she meant that he could just go visit and that you and the girls can stay home. But she meant, okay, I see. Gotcha. I may as well have been speaking another language. Eventually, hubby got her to shut up the remainder of our drive. Once we got to our destination, I told everyone to go on ahead of me as I needed a minute. A couple minutes later, there was a knock on my window. It was mother-in-law. She gave a half-ass apology and wanted to hug me. I told her that I appreciate the apology, but I could not let her hug me as she had crossed the line and I needed time. Yeah, I don't know that I would ever forgive that. I mean, what the hell? She stormed off to my hubby, where she then threw a 45-minute long tantrum in front of everybody. 45 minutes! About how I am so horrible and she wants to go home. The rest of the day was just awkward. Sunday, I stayed outside in the bush on our property to avoid her as much as possible. Wait, you were outside in the bushes? That's not fair! It's your house! Put her in the bushes! Monday was her last day. Since we had to go to the city to bring her to the airport later that day, we decided to go early and spend a few hours at the zoo. Again, she was distant, didn't bond with the girls, and was always way behind us or sitting a distance from us. She barely took any pictures the entire trip, but my mom came to the zoo with us, so now mother-in-law had competition. Every time my mom would pose the girls for a cute picture, then mother-in-law would take a pic. At one point, she told our youngest, just turned 6 at the time, to do a sexy pose. Hubby nearly died and I just froze. What is with this woman? Saying the P word and then telling a 6-year-old to do a see, what is wrong with this lady? 6-year-old and do not belong anywhere near each other, ever. I was hoping that it was just a bad translation thing, as she is French, but it wasn't. We bit our tongues, not wanting a repeat of Saturday. As soon as we dropped her off at the airport, hubby immediately went off about the comment and wanted to stop talking to her for just that comment alone. That evening, he sent her a text about it and it hit the fan again. She sent us the most Facebook messages, written and voice recorded, and voicemails for that whole week. Good for your husband, I'm glad. There's so many clips that we've seen, so many videos, so many stories that we've read where the husbands don't stand up for the wife, so it's so nice when they do. Honestly, it was hours of swearing and accusing and made up garbage. She told us that her is a cute little girl and that we are the ones being gross and thinking of the word in a bad way. Cute little girl? She told hubby that he needs to divorce me and move her into the house so that she can raise the girls. After 5 long days, hubby called her to tell her we never wanted to speak to her again. We blocked her on everything. Unfortunately, even with her phone number blocked, she can still leave us voicemails. We can't change phone numbers easily due to all my hubby's work contacts. They were daily, but thankfully only a handful a month now. She brings up the comment every time and is dead set that it's the reason we stopped talking to her and that we were apparently mad at her before she even flew out to see us. So the trip was doomed from the start. If we were mad at her before the trip, we would have canceled it and saved our money. I got an apology the other day.
I am sorry, Amanda, okay? I'm sorry that I am just so damn honest and you just can't handle the truth.
Oh, I was upset for weeks after this trip until I came across videos on covert narcissists and then the weight lifted. Everything, even the small stuff made sense. There There's so many smaller things that happened, but this was the bulk of it. Hubby's grandparents are in their 90s, so the possibility of us having to fly out for a funeral sooner than later is quite high, and we will have to see her. Learning all I can to shut off the emotions and gray rock her. Hubby says he is nervous about starting drama at a funeral. Well, yeah, that would be terrible. I just told him to stay calm and ignore her. Let her throw the tantrum. She will be the one looking like a child. Well, my goodness. I'm so sorry about the way that she spoke to your girls and to you. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe that she said the thing she said. That is just so vile. I'm happy that your husband has your back. Well, thank you so much for joining me for another video of Bad Parents. Please leave some kind words for our submissioners down below. Sometimes that's just all you need, is to see some nice words. And you're not alone. Until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. I love you guys so much.